Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 23rd of March, 1981. And the title is The Easy Way to Enter the First Class or the Air-Conditioned Class. Today, Baba is especially seeing one thing on the faces of all of you children. What is that? Baba is seeing to what extent the beauty of purity is visible on each of you. That is, to what extent the sparkle of the greatness of purity is visible on your face. Just as you consider the beauty of the forehead, eyes, mouth, and everything else in terms of physical beauty, so too in terms of the beauty of purity. Bab Dada is seeing the lines of the thoughts on your forehead. He is seeing the power of your awareness, your soul conscious vision, and your attitude that is visible in your eyes. He's seeing the smile of happiness, of becoming a great soul on your lips. He hears the words of constantly being great and making others great constantly on your lips, and he sees the crown of light, which is the symbol of purity, around your head. Bab Dada is seeing the sparkling face of each of you. Today, there was a competition of purity in the subtle region. Does each of you know what number you would have? There are always first, second, and third prizes. Which prize did each of you receive? The children who claim a right to the first prize are those who are complete in all 5 aspects. The first is the crown of light, and that would be a crown of a full circle. Just as the moon is sometimes a full circle and sometimes only half a circle, so too the crown of some of you is only half a crown. Some have a full crown, and that of others is just like a line, which would be said to be just in namesake. Therefore, the first number, the first prize is for those who have the full crown of light. The second aspect is of those with a tilak sparkling on their forehead, the symbol of the soul conscious awareness, the awareness of brotherhood, is a bindi, tilak, sparkling at the center of the forehead. The third aspect is the sparkle of spirituality in your eyes, which means to have spiritual vision. It is the sparkle of the practice of not seeing the body while looking at it, but of only seeing the spirit. It is the sparkle of spiritual love. The lips have a smile of having attained God, of the soul meeting the Supreme Soul, and also thus attaining everything. And the face was the color of Lali, of the happiness of meeting the mother, the father, and the elevated family after a cycle of being separated from them. The father is red, Lal. Souls are red. The home is red. And now that you belong to the Father, you have become especially beloved ones, Lal. So, there is this color of so many different things. Those who are complete with all of these 5 lines of fortune are those who claim the first prize. Now, on that basis, those who claim the prize are considered to be the ones who have 100% in all 5 aspects. Those who claim the second prize are those who have up to 70%, And the third prize is for those who have 30%. Now, which of those are you? The majority is of those who claim the second prize, and they too are number-wise. Very few are in the first or third class. The majority of you has a percentage of between 30 and 50. They would also be classified in the second prize group, but they would still be counted amongst the last ones. Even in the first class, there are two types. One type is of those who have attained the symbols of all 5 types of beauty as their birthright from the moment they took birth. They did not have to make effort to attain them, but attained them immediately at birth. They have no lines of the knowledge of impurity on their face. Their original sanskars are their natural life. They do not have to make any effort to transform their sanskars. Even in their dreams and thoughts, they are not even slightly attacked by impurity. That is, there isn't even a subtle stain on the beauty of their purity. The latter type are those who have the beauty of purity with them from when they took birth on the basis of the light and might of knowledge. The difference between them is that the first type don't have any stains on even the final sanskars of their previous birth. This is why they do not have any lines of having to make effort to erase the sanskars of their previous births. Those souls have the knowledge that they are carrying a burden from their previous birth, but according to the drama, they do not experience any impure thoughts in their last and 84th birth. This is why they have received the gift of a lift. Because of having their original sanskars, they easily become great souls. Just as they easily become yogis, so too they easily remain pure souls. Be holy does not apply to them. They already are holy. The slogan, be holy, is not for them. They are already this. They are number one in the group of those who claim the first prize. This group can be called the air-conditioned group. After them, there is the first class group. There is just a slight difference. They don't have the original sanskars when they take birth, but have to create those sanskars. From the start of this birth, in which they die alive, they have been paying attention in namesake on the basis of knowledge. Lines of effort were visible at the start of this birth, but not now. Baba is talking about the time when they first came. The air-conditioned group is of those who were ready-made, and the first-class group is of those who have made themselves like that at the beginning. The efforts they have made have been easy. Their intense efforts and their powerful efforts have been easy, but there are lines of the efforts they have made. We are talking about the subject of purity. In the subject of purity, the former group is ready-made, and the latter is of those who have lines of effort. The question of all the subjects taken together is a different matter. This is just a question of one subject. The former is the rosary of 8, and the others are numbered first out of 100. Even the Indian government is now cancelling third class. The prominent known subjects of the Golden Age are those in the third class. They are the souls who will be in constant relationship with the royal family. They will be the subjects who are closely connected with the royal family, not those who are distant subjects, like outsiders. The close ones will have a very close relationship, but their status will be lower. You must have the aim to become part of the air-conditioned group. Having seen the difference between the first class types, you must now understand about the second class. The way to go from the second class to the third class or the air-conditioned class is very easy. It is a method of just a second. It is to have the one thought: I am originally a pure soul. Your original form was not that of impurity. Both your eternal and your original form are pure. Impurity is artificial. It is not real. It is a gift from the Shudras. How can Brahmins use the things that belong to Shudras? Simply have this one thought: originally and eternally, my real form is of a pure soul. Whenever you see others, look at their original and eternal pure forms. Look at these forms of yourself and of others and realize the real form. Put on your red spectacles, your spectacles of awareness, not the physical spectacles, and think, I am red. That soul is red, and the Father too is red. So, these are red spectacles, are they not? Then we will hoist the flag over the red fort in Delhi. At the moment, you have only taken steps to reach that field. You have come into the vision of the government. Then, having been seen by them, you will be seated in their heart. The sound that will emerge from everyone's heart is, if there is anyone, it is you, Brahma Kumaris. The sound that has spread now is that you are a big organization who are carrying out a big task. This is not an ordinary organization. Your name is in the list of those who are well known. At the moment, they are just praising the efforts you are making. Later, they will praise the love you have for God. What you have done so far has been good. Bap Dada is pleased. You have appeared in front of the world as a wonderful example of a totally united gathering. You have hoisted this flag. People used to think that this Brahmakumari's organization was soon going to end and were wondering how much longer it could last. However, the picture of the gathering that appeared in the many forms of media, such as the radio, the TV, the newspapers, and also the various leaders in connection with you, spread the sound that the Brahmakumaris are eternally in the stage of ascent. They are not going anywhere on their own, but they will take everyone with them. By all of you using your body, mind, and wealth, you conducted the ceremony of sprinkling the dust of the feelings of the Brahmins in all corners of the world. By doing this, you strengthened the foundation of your kingdom. This is why some fruits has already emerged and some is yet to emerge. Not all fruits ripen at the same time. You have been saved from complaints. No one can now complain that you don't go to speak on anyone else's stage. Now that you have reached the red fort, all of those complaints have ended. Your own weaknesses still remain, but those complaints about you have ended. This is why You are embodiments of success and will always remain so. You now have to make new plans for the future. Do not be concerned about the expense. What did you spend? All of you all only have 10 paisas, tenth of a rupee each. People save so much money to spend on things of entertainment. You were able to accomplish so much by just giving just 10 pesos or 10 rupees. You saw and met everyone in your huge family. You saw the proof of love. You spread your fragrance of unity, zeal, and enthusiasm, and new inventions everywhere very well. That fragrance reached Pop Dada in the subtle region. Just one fragrance now remains to be spread. What fragrance is that? The fragrance of your being children of God still remains to be spread. You have reached the stage where people realize that you are great souls. You have dropped the Atma bomb on them, but not the Param Atma bomb. You now have to hoist the final flag to announce that the Father has come and that you are his children and his companions. You gave the message to their ears in your lectures and also by using the mics on the floats. However, this message now has to reach everyone's heart. Do you understand what you now have to do? This phase too will soon come. You have been told that when you bring a special personality here from abroad, there will be this upheaval, and you will all have the beauty of the first class. The second class will end, and that day too is not far off. At present, in order for those in the second class to appear beautiful, they have to make effort to put on their makeup. You must now put that aside too and enter the stage of having natural beauty. Just as the sanskars of the deities are totally ignorant of impurity, so you too must create those original sanskars so that the beauty in your form will appear to be that of spiritual attraction in front of the world. Do you understand what competition took place today? Many in the foreign group are going to return. Each of you has to return in order to bring back many others with you. Each of you stars have to create your own world. This is the world of you living stars, and as a memorial of you stars, the scientists are searching for a living world in the stars above. Now, bring them into your world and save them from this labor. Give them an experience of what world of stars it is. Today, Baba is holding a special picnic of knowledge with you children from Bharat, as well as those of you from abroad. Those who are to return are given a picnic party. So, Bab Dada is also holding a party. This party is of knowledge. To those who are number one in the beauty of purity, to those who constantly defeat any impurity, to those who have made purity their original sanskar, to those who experience the happiness of all relationships with the one Father, to those who see the whole world in just the one, to such lovers, love, remembrance, and namaste from Bapdada, the great beloved. All of you have worked very hard for the great sacrificial fire, Mahayagya. You definitely do receive the fruit of your efforts. Of course, you have to spend some money to spread the sound. Some expenditure has to be incurred in order to create a new invention. However, the success of that continues to give fruit afterwards also. Sometimes your name is glorified, sometimes your sound spreads, and sometimes the Brahmin family grows. The cooperation that you received from the government for the Mahayagya is now recorded for all time. Just as the railway's cooperation is also recorded for all time. There are many tests that take place like this in an incognito way. At least the sound did reach the president and thereby made many came from so many centers with so much love. This too is instant fruit. Whatever service each of you did, Bab Dada is pleased with the results. Therefore, congratulations for your efforts. Bab Dada meeting Sevadhari, brothers and sisters. Does each of you consider yourself to be an elevated soul who is one of the few out of the handful of multi-million souls? To win the lottery of doing service is also a line of fortune. This service is not service, but receiving instant nourishing fruit. One type of fruit is fresh, and the other type is dried fruit. Which fruit is this? This is the fruit of instant fortune. When you do something now, you instantly eat the fruit of it. Of course, you do also accumulate some for the future, but even before the future, you also receive instant fruit. The canopy of cooperation in the atmosphere easily makes you become an elevated soul. Together with this, you also become distant from the sounds and sights of the old world. Instead of going to work, this serving, the yagya, becomes service you can do at home. You are also able to put down the basket of the responsibility of a job and become able to adopt the crown of service. You are carrying the basket of the responsibility of a job out of compulsion, not with your heart, and this is only because you have been directed to do this. Therefore, you receive many benefits by doing this service. You receive such elevated company. You are constantly on the shores of the ocean and constantly speaking and discussing knowledge. There is nothing but the Father and service for you. You receive this help, do you not? So, you have such great fortune. What do your mothers think? You are given your ready-made fortune on the palm of your hands. Just as the picture of Krishna shows him holding heaven on the palm of his hand, so too, at the confluence age, you are given the globe of fortune in your hands. You are so fortunate. At present, you think that service is something ordinary. However, it is not ordinary. This is your wonderful line of fortune. For as long as you have this lottery, you make it an eternal lottery. Practice this to such an extent that wherever you are living, you are able to create a stage that you have while you are here. Here you experience yourself to be an easy yogi, do you not? Effort is finished. Therefore, make this experience you have started continue for time immemorial. The confluence age is the time to start everything which continues for time immemorial. Do not leave behind this experience in Madhuban, but take it back with you. Many say that as soon as they come down from Madhuban, their meter also comes down. Do not do this. Take benefit of this practice. While serving, pay attention to the stage of being an easy yogi. Do not simply become easy in doing physical service. Together with doing physical service, your state of the mind should always remain elevated. Only then will you experience the benefit of service. You Shaktis are very loving and tireless. Your arms are not hurting you, are they? Bap Dada is massaging your arms and feet with love. In fact, that massaging of feet symbolizes love. Acha, you showed the seed of service in Madhuban, which means to sow the fruit of your elevated karma for all time. Blessing, may you be a spiritual rose who constantly sees others as spirits by remaining constantly stable in your stage of spirituality. To be a spiritual rose means to be someone who constantly has the fragrance of spirituality. Wherever those with this fragrance of spirituality look, and whosoever they look at, they will only see that spirit and not the body. Therefore, constantly maintain your own spiritual stage and also look at everyone else as a spirit. The Father is the highest on high. His garden too is the highest of all, and you children are His special spiritual roses in that garden. Your fragrance of spirituality will benefit many souls. Slogan: if you give happiness to others by breaking your code of conduct, you are only accumulating an account of sorrow. Om Shanti.